Hi everybody, it's Christina from Christina's Crafts. A couple of years ago, I'm probably going to say 3 or 4 years ago, I made a window picture frame. And it's gotten a lot of views on YouTube. I did use picture frames on this one. I have upgraded it and put a couple little decorations on it since I made it. But I decided that I was going to make another one this year since that other one was so popular. But those I'm going to make, this one I'm going to make with Dollar Tree canvases. So I hope you stick around and check it out. So what I'm going to do is, for one, I'm going to set my bag aside. And that is just going to go over there for right now because what I have to do is prepare all my canvases. So I am going to go ahead. I don't want the canvas part of it. All I want is the wood frame. So I'm going to have to remove the canvas from the wood frame. But I am going to save the canvases though because there's always a possibility I might use those. So first thing I want to do is I want to take these staples out. Now I know I've tried to take these out in the past and they were quite difficult to get out. But I am going to do my best, at least to get as many of them out as I can. So I'm just using this little screwdriver that I have to dig underneath there. I tried to use a staple puller and that did not work out. Plus my staple puller is all bent up, so this seems to be working. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am gonna get all 4 of these torn apart. Okay, I have my wood all done. I just want to say be careful when you're doing it. I did break a little bit of the wood on the back side of one of these right there. So it was a little bit difficult. And then I did find out that once I took the frame apart, this frame is actually almost cracked all the way through right here. As you can see, it's bent. But as long as I keep it together while I'm doing this, it should be fine because this is all going to get glued and probably stapled together. So my last picture frame window I ended up painting it white. But this one, I want to do something a little different, so I am actually going to be using my antique wax to stain the window a darker color. And there's a reasoning for that, which I will get to when I get to that point in my craft here. So I am going to go ahead and make sure I get all the outsides. I'm not going to bother doing the insides that are going to be put together. So all these insides here, I'm not going to paint, but the rest of it is all going to get painted with the antique wax. And then I'm just going to kind of, which I've done a billion times in my videos, just take a paper towel and get the excess off of there so it kind of looks more like a stain. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these finished. Okay, here it is, the moment of truth. So I am going to use the good side of the bag, the one without the crease in it, and I'm going to hope that I don't screw this up. So I'm just going to cut this whole back side here out for right now so I can work with it. I know it's not all going to fit on there. So I'm cutting it all the way down. Come on. All right, and then I'm going to cut down here. All right, and then I'm going to set this over here. And now to figure out how I'm going to get this in the frame. The one that I made how many years ago, that one actually had frames, so I just kind of cut it out and then stuck it in the frames, but these don't have like a backing that I can put in there, so I'm gonna have to figure out. I might actually end up using those canvases. Oh, you know what? I could probably save this too and use it for something. All right. So to figure out how to do this, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to cut it down the middle to start off with. Just kind of trying to figure out about where I am here. And I got that and sign right in the middle too. I think I'm gonna have to cut like right in the middle of that and sign. So I think it's gonna be about there. So I am going to maybe get a ruler. I'm really hoping that I can get this straight. I'm so bad at getting stuff straight. Okay, so I cut the ends so that they're about the same. And I have the ruler, I kind of folded and creased up on top here. So I'm just gonna go for it. And hopefully it looks okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the bag, which I am hoping is pretty much right down the middle. And then I am gonna have to cut the other way. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna put a little slice in here about where I'm supposed to go. And hope it works out. It would be easier if I could see it. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna hope for the best. Okay, so I have my frame on here about where I want it. So what I'm gonna do is I am just, keeps moving. I'm just gonna hold this down right here and cut the bag up against the frame. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the other side, right? Oh gosh. Now I'm trying to think. Okay, so this is gonna go like that. Actually, I'm confusing myself. Okay, so that goes like this right here. Okay. So I'm going to turn this and I'm going to go just past the hole, which I did on the other one. I'm going to hold that down and then I am going to cut this one. I think this should work. I think it's going to look okay. All right, so then it'll be like this. All right, so now since I can't put, I want these like right up to the edge, but there's not really a great way to do that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna have to use my canvases and put them on the back of these. But you know what I was kind of thinking might be a better idea? It's like, okay, do I go this way or do I go this way? Because if I stick it in here, and then put the frame on top where it needs to be, that might work a little bit better. And then I can cut it out after the fact. That makes more sense to me. Okay, so then if I get this on here, or maybe I just take my, no, I should probably put a couple staples in there, I'm thinking, and staple it down, and then I can take my X-Acto knife and cut the rest of this out. I think that might be the ticket. Okay, good news for me. I think I figured it out. So I'm gonna take my canvases and I'm gonna lay them out and I am going to attach them to the canvas just like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I cut this little rounded edge out and then I took actually just a glue stick and put it all over the canvas and stuck this down. And it seems to be sticking pretty good. I'm gonna lay something flat on it for the most part. But then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach them just like this. And then I will cut the excess off and then either glue or staple, I'm not sure yet, the pictures, the canvas to the back of this. And then the actual, like the back should look pretty decent too. Except for some staples once I put all the wood together, but yeah, I think this is gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these cut out and then get these all glued down and then probably let them sit overnight, so make sure that they're like nice and attached to there. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, it is time for the next step. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this white Waverly chalk paint and I am going to dab it on my paper towel here because I don't want it super thick. And then I am just gonna go over my bag like this. It's just gonna give it a little bit more dimension and hopefully also make it not look like quite so shiny like it's a gift bag. So I'm just going really light. Now this I actually saw on a different channel. Somebody did this and I thought it made it look a lot better. So I'm just gonna go ahead in the same direction over all of my pieces, just like that. Okay, I am gonna start putting this together now. I have my pieces all sectioned off. I am going to take my hot glue gun and put some on my frame and then stick my frame down on my picture. And then I'm going to do that with all of my pieces here. Just like that. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the excess off of here. So I'm just going to take my razor blade and go around and cut all the edges off. So it's looking pretty good. The only issue I'm seeing is the and sign, and obviously the snowman's face looks huge. So that wasn't like the best thing to have happened, was to just cut the snowman's face. Maybe I should have done, no, see, that wouldn't have worked either. Well, keep that in mind when you're buying a bag to make this project. So I'm gonna put these two together first, and I'm gonna take some of the Dollar Tree wood glue and some hot glue to put this together. And then I'm just gonna squish these two ends together and hold it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put these two ends together. And then these I'm gonna have to clamp because they don't quite fit up perfectly. So I'm gonna try to get this on here somewhat quick-like. And get my clamps on here so I don't have big gaps. But so far I think it's looking pretty good. And the back actually, I mean, I'm gonna have to put some staples. I think I'm gonna staple it, but the back actually looks pretty decent too because I put the canvas on there. So yeah, I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and what's left is decorating it and probably stapling the back and making it a little bit sturdier. Okay, so now I have my staple gun out. My husband just bought me this from Home Depot, and I put the staples in there that they're supposed to be, and it seems to be working pretty good. I had an old hand one and I couldn't push hard enough to get the staple to stay in. So he went and bought me this one from Home Depot and said it was going to be a good one. So I put one staple in and it went in good already, so let's see what happens. It's going to be loud, just so you know. Oh, it works pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and staple the back of this to make sure that I have a good hold. And yeah, this is an arrow. I think it was like $59 or something like that at Home Depot. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all stapled up. Okay, so I put the staples in the back, which this actually looks really nice. I really like how this turned out back here. Not that you're really going to see the back of it, but I did end up putting two staples in the front because it was a little wobbly. So, but it's pretty sturdy right now. I don't know that I would drop it on the floor, but I mean, it's pretty sturdy. So I'm just gonna finish it off here. And what I'm gonna do is I got these two branches. Quite a while back, I went on Amazon and I ordered these and I got a whole bunch of them for pretty cheap. So always check out Amazon for certain things. And I'm gonna put these together. Let me find, I have a finger here somewhere. I mean, I'm somewhat organized, but that finger always seems to get lost. So I do have this here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hot glue these branches together here. So I'm just gonna stick some hot glue in there and then hold them down. These are gonna go on the top of my picture frame. So we'll get those together, and then I'm gonna have to cut the ends off because they are sticking out pretty far back here. So I'm just gonna snap those off. And then I will have my two branches here once that hot glue dries. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to flip this around so I can see this better to get this on here. So I'm just gonna kind of bend this up a little bit. There's wires, so should be able to bend it. And then I am gonna hot glue this onto my frame here. So I'm just gonna go like that and attach that onto there. And then I have these berries that I got from Dollar Tree this year, and I am going to stick two of those in there. Once I get this attached decent. Might have to stick a little more hot glue in there and get it to stay good. Well, I should have moved my camera back so you could see better what I was doing. It's a little close. So right now I'm sticking some hot glue on my branches right here. I'm just gluing these bottom ones to the frame here. My hot glue gun is like super hot right now, so it's taking a really long time to dry. Okay, and then that should be attached pretty good. And then I am going to stick my berries in there. So a little bit of hot glue and stick those in there. If I want to do 3, I'm thinking 2 should look good. Maybe 3. You know what these remind me of? These little cherries. I know I'm going to age myself really bad right here, but I don't know if they still make them, but they made the little cherry candies on wires back in the day. I think at some point they ended up making them with strings. I don't know if they make them anymore. If you know if they do, let me know. And where you can get them, because I think those would be really cool to hang on the tree for the grandkids. All right, I got my berries in there. Then there's just one more thing that I'm going to do to this. So then, sorry about the lighting here. I had to stand my project up so I could see what I'm doing, but I have some of this snow text. I got that by Deco Art. I got that off of Amazon also. And this is kind of messy, but I think it's going to add a really nice effect. So I'm going to take some of this, and that is going to go on my windowsill. Now, there are recipes out there, I think, on the internet that you can make this stuff. So you wouldn't necessarily have to go buy it. And of course you could use all Dollar Tree stuff on here if you wanted to. Because I know Dollar Tree sells the branches too, so you could definitely do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my windowsill. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way around yet. I'm not sure. But I'm just gonna start putting this on, and we'll see how far I go. If I put too much on or what I do. So this was the whole point of me painting the frame the dark color so that I could put the fake snow on the windows. And it kind of looks too, like with the white chalk paint on there, it kind of looks like it's snowing. I know it's kind of hard to see on the video, but it actually looks really nice, and it kind of took the like shine out of the bag. So I like that too. So that was, I think I was watching Holly on Hot Humble Pie, and she made a similar type frame. And she used a gift bag in something she did, I don't really remember. And she did the white chalk paint on the bag. So that was a really great idea. And I am so glad that I did it, because I really think that it gives the bag a lot more character. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting the snow on here. We'll see how it looks when I get done. I have the snow on there. I just basically have to wait for it to dry, but all in all, I think it turned out really cute. I actually kind of like it better than the first one that I did, which I will try to remember to link that video in the description, the one where I used the picture frames. But yeah, I think I really like this one. It's got kind of like a rustic look. I'm almost thinking maybe I should have tried to weather the wood a little bit. It might actually look better. I'm almost thinking, you know, I could almost do that yet. Or maybe I should leave it. I don't know. Couple things. So I don't like the face. The face did not line up. I didn't cut it exact, so it looks kind of goofy. And then the "and" in the middle. I should have maybe covered it up with a ribbon or something, but I don't know. All in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out pretty cute. I would say maybe look for a bag that has, you know, something more on one side and more on the other side, because splitting the face and that "and" in the middle, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think it turned out good. I might put a hanger on it so I can hang it up somewhere, because I have my other one I always put on my fireplace mantle. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now. I just want to say that I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would really love it if you like and share and subscribe to my channel. And I really hope you have a great night and take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.